welcome. This is a super important podcast about hair, question mark, featuring Ryan Teal and Steven Adams as your co-hosts. Let's begin. All right, I'm sure that Ryan will be joining us soon. So why don't you tell us who you are and why you're here? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Stephen, my name is Angel Del Solar. Actually own a company called 1821. It's a hair care line.
Yeah.
So we actually started about 6 years ago.
Oh, look.
Doing that. Oh,
look.
Look at your body's showing up.
Looks like Ryan's showing up. Can you hear us, Ryan? We'll let him figure it out. Well, we'll let you get started again.
Let's just do that.
Let's do it again. So welcome to our really cool, really organized podcast. It's pretty awesome.
I'm glad to be here.
It's awesome.
We can get Ryan to show up. That would be nice too.
Yeah, he'll show up sometime.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Angel Del Solar. Actually, I own a company called 1821. It's a hair care line for men, as you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to be meeting with you here. And we're in Minnesota, doing a little gig here. So glad to catch up with you.
Yeah, and believe it or not, there's no snow.
It's a really hard place to live here. I don't know how people do it here. Last time I was here, I thought my hands were going to fall off and crack on the ground. So tough cookies here.
Yeah, oh yeah, we got to be tough when we're here. Yeah. But welcome. So tell us a little bit about just like your history and background. How long you been doing hair?
Well, Stephen, I started out when I was 15 years old in Spain, and lucky me, got to work with some really great people. Luis Romero was my mentor there. He's, great hairstylist, got trained by Alexander Perez. And I got to learn a lot of great things, work with People Point when I was a kid there.
Yeah.
And became a beauty school teacher. I did that for 2 years when we launched People Point in Spain. And I had the opportunity to do a lot of great things. We got Ryan here on the deal.
Can you hear us, Ryan? Can you hear us now? Give me a thumbs up if you can.
Well, good.
Right.
Good.
All right.
You just interrupt me talking about how awesome I was, and I was shining my medals here. Well, anyhow, it's good to meet you. Good to see you again. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good to be here as well. Too. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to meet your crowd here.
Oh, definitely. I'm really stoked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you here.
Yeah. So anyhow, so like I said, I was starting out very young.
Yeah.
Lucky me, got to be mentored some great people. I actually moved to the United States when I was 26 years old. So after doing hair for about 11, 12 years in Spain, got to move here, got to work for Jim Juarez, moved to Seattle, started up there as a stylist, got the opportunity to become a part of the artistic team there, and learned a lot of great things when I was there as well too. Was part of a transition. It was done there between precision cutting and French method. So it was a great experience to learn, to see how things got done here when I couldn't even speak English.
What brought you to the United States?
Well, my wife is from here.
Okay.
So we were married in Spain for 3 years, and then she wanted to do her master's and doctorate at the University of Washington, which she's from the Seattle area. So we came over so she could do that. And then lucky me, because of my relationship with People Point, I got Leo to call Jean and got me a gig to work there. So it was pretty cool.
So the Intercoiffure network actually worked for you?
It did work for me. Actually, Luis Romero is the president of Intercoiffure in Spain.
Okay.
So the guy I got trained with is actually the guy who basically runs the gig there. And it's one of those, they have all the real medals, for Intercoiffure. They got the Nobel or whatever.
Right.
All of that stuff that they get there. It's pretty awesome. Anyhow, so, after I did that, actually, I decided to go into ownership. So I opened 3 salons, 2 at the same time. I have about 75 people commission-based. I did that for about 10 years. It was a great learning doing that. I was talking to you, yesterday that actually my salons guys, chose by in the state of Washington to do a pilot program to do the apprenticeship in salons.
Right.
So a lot of learning. I always love education. And at the time I was doing that, I was working for Pierogi on their artistic team. And I did a lot of education when I was there. So I got a lot of passion from People Point to, Pierogi, to train my own people on my own salons as an apprentice and assistants. Actually, I got to sell my own salons to my own employees through a succession plan.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, with the Summit Salon, with Michael Cole and all that. And it was a great learning as well, too, because then I wasn't teaching just cutting hair, but I was teaching how to run the salon and how to try to keep it profitable and how to train people as we did all along. So, I think, sometimes, you got to learn by doing it.
Right.
That's mostly the only way you can actually learn
It's truly
sometimes.
the only way to learn.
And lucky if you've been around people who are great, then they know what they're doing and they're good enough to want to share with you. So surrounding with people like you guys, and they know, what you know because you done it, and you are an expert of what you done because you failed doing it.
Right.
And I think that's the key, and I think it's very good in our industry. So I'm glad to be part of all of this. And after all of that, I'm just going to be a distributor. After I did 4 years working for Enjoy in California, I decided I'm going to do my own distribution. Moved to Texas. I picked Texas because it's a great state, big state. You can have a brand and sell it in Houston and Dallas and Fort Worth and Austin and make a living out of it because it's so big and people care about getting their hair done there, and it's good tradition there.
Right.
So I felt like I've been there. It gave me that chance. And on the mix of doing that, we lost one brand because it got sold, and they said, well, maybe we better own the brands if we want to get into distribution because it was a lot of work. And that's how we started up 18 to 0.
Yeah. So you went into distribution first.
Yes.
And then from there you're like, okay,
yeah.
let's make our own product.
we-
So we can distribute our own product.
Yeah, when I was working for Enjoy, I think that for the guys that it was the same experience. Patrick and Gordon, they used to distribute a brand and they lost, and that's how they decided to start Enjoy. So I kind of, because I spent 4 years with them, I kind of figured out, okay, well, that's mostly, one of the best ways to stay in distribution if you can own the brands. And I think that's becoming more and more the thing because distribution is got shrink quite a bit. It's not a lot of good distributors independent anymore. And the brands that they want to launch, they have a hard time to get professional distribution. And I feel the professional distributors, they sometimes eventually going to have to own the brands if they want to stay on the game. Because if they build the business, they build the network, they build the sales force, and then you lose brands, and then you have to bring back up, and it's a challenge. It is not easy, that's for sure. I tell people if this was be easy, a lot of people will be doing it. It is not easy.
You saw a need for your to fulfill that need on product.
Yeah,
I think
see, Ryan, what happened is obviously when you're a distributor now you're talking to salons, now you're talking to stylists, now you're talking to other distributors, and you look at, okay, well, I feel like I've always been a solution-based person. I like to see a problem and try to come up with an answer for the problem. I feel like if you could create what we call a new money opportunity in the salon, it would be a great thing. Because if I was a salon owner and somebody tries to bring me another brand, and let's say I was a Pureology account and I had great business with Pureology, and I decided I'm going to bring Davanes or Kevin Murphy, which are great brands as well. Well, the only thing I'm doing is I'm taking my Pureology clients to Kevin Murphy or whatever else is there, which is it's not a bad transition because it's comparable. But at the end, I'm trading dollars. I'm moving my client from A to B, and sometimes you have to do that. But if you could come up with a good solution for a brand new dollar, a dollar that is not being made on the salon, and I felt like when people start doing the smoothing treatments, that was a thing, no? Or when people did start doing extensions, well, that was a brand new dollar that it was not created before in the salons. It was new money for the salons, for the distributors, for the stylists.
Exactly.
And I feel like a men's at that time, it was that kind of piece. Like I feel like this is 6 years ago, before everyone and their mother came out with products for men's like now. But at that time it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was on these high-end salons in Texas, all the Kerastase, all the Oribe salons, the really nice salons. And they didn't have anything for men. They were trying to sell the men the women's products.
Right.
And obviously they're good products. It does work on your hair. There's no problem with that. But, they look girly, smell like a woman. And guess what,
Right. They weren't marketed for the male.
It was no pride or ownership for men. So men never bought the products. The women bought the products. And we just use whatever the heck is on the shower, huh? and it could be a bar of soap. It could be some pink flowery product.
Right.
And by the time we don't even know what it is. Is this the shampoo? Is this the conditioner? I need my glasses to even read it. I'm not familiar with it. So it was no pride or that. So we thought if we could do something that men might take pride ownership, a brand that they feel, okay, this is my brand. If you want to go to the gym, I'm taking my cool hair spray with me. I'm taking my cool shampoo with me. And I'm not going to feel embarrassed. If you're going to buy something, I really like it. So I think that's what we saw, Ryan, on the market, an opportunity and a piece that it wasn't filled at that, boys that it wasn't filled. Not to say that other people had not done men's brands, because they have, I mean, American Crew.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what David did back in the 90s. Same kind of concept.
And I think they did better than everybody's ever done it at this point. Not maybe on the product side, but on reaching out the professionals, having the education piece of it, and really getting, the market engaged with them, I mean, so I feel like, that was the benchmark. Obviously and then stay on H10 is a lot harder because everybody, like I said, is coming with a brand. Anybody can put it online and try to sell it and get enough follow up if you are interested enough. Getting on the professional market, I think is a little more complicated because I think you have to get into distribution, and that's tough to do. The pricing is hard to do because you have all these different layers. You can sell to distributor, who sells to salon, who sells to the consumer. And if you want to make it profitable, well, it's hard to do. It's a lot easier to just go online. I could be doing my products at 1/3 of the price and make more money online just selling direct. But that was not the path we choose. We choose to be a professional brand. We price it for professionals so we could get on all those channels, and we're giving a shot,
Yeah. And how many distributorships are you in? Right? Is your product line in right now?
Well, we have some really great distribution on the Middle Country with Salon Service Group, and Gino has been a really
Gino's a great guy.
Huge supporter of our brand from the get-go, and we feel honored to have been partnered with them. And it's a few other ones that we've been working with. We work with the Kushner Group trying to help us out to get a little bit more distribution through the channels. We have Life for Raleigh and down on the south, and we have a few other ones, smaller ones that we're working with in Louisiana, Pennsylvania. It's a challenge, and not because people don't want the brand, but because salespeople, they have to be talking to the salons, and at the end of the day, they make their money with color. So men's is kind of the last thing, maybe one of the last things on the back, and they'll show to people, even though it is such a good opportunity to create brand new dollars within the salon. But that's something we have to educate them and to help them out to understand that that's what it is, and then we may want better things. Barbers is a whole different thing too. It's a different type of market. Sometimes our price doesn't fit there because we retail at $24, so salons don't, salons do well. Barbershops, they have to be kind of high-end kind of barbershop to even.
To me, it seems like most barbershops that I've been in, it's like they use the products themselves, but they don't really sell it.
Yeah.
They're still missing that whole sales piece of it.
I think the number one SKU that we all sell is shampoo, no? Shampoos, conditioners for women. Well, barbers don't even shampoo their hair.
Right.
It's our number one SKU sold because we're in a lot of high-end salons and they will actually shampoo people's hair. So I think that's a missing piece because it is so much money to be made there. And I think the barbers had to I think a lot of barbers can learn a lot from cosmetologists, the same as cosmetologists can learn a lot from barbers. And I think it's a time that people should be kind of meeting more in the middle, because at the end of the day, it's about taking care of men. And when men sit on a chair, they get the best service they can get.
Right.
And it goes from the shampooing, consultation, the shampooing, the draping, the cutting, the styling, all that they could be getting, the training on how to use the product to fix their own hair. I don't think any man wants to go to a barbershop salon and not feeling like they want to look great after that. And I think we care more even than women about looking great.
Yeah. Look at Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at that beard. I'm so jealous. This is all I get. Like me, 5 years trying to grow a freaking beard. What's going on? What's the secret?
I shaved yesterday.
You shaved yesterday morning? It's all bad.
You're a wolf.
Where do you see the men's market? Like what do you see as barbering?
Well, that's a great point because we like to help the cosmetologists in some aspects, and we feel like the barbers need a lot of help as well. First, it's the trends, so it's very much been trending this short face, short haircuts. Obviously, a trend is a trend. So I think a lot of men, they saw these looks, they want the look, they went to the barber shop to get the look because a lot of cosmetologists could not do it. They could not use the clipper to do those haircuts. We had this conversation for years when we say, I use scissor over comb because it's more cost. And that's how we spin it to tell people that we were better than the barbers on that aspect, so we could charge more money. But the fact is that clipper work for certain looks is better work than the scissor over comb. So those haircuts became so popular that it became then all these people came to barbershops, and a lot of the kids then went to beauty school. They want to be barbers because they want to do those looks. The fact is that trends will change. Before this look, it was popular. It was the Bieber, the Justin Bieber. That was the look, and that wasn't a barber look. It was a cosmetology look. And was it really the Bieber look? because Bruce Lee had the same haircut, you know, in the 70s. So it was the Bruce
the
Lee.
Beatles had it before that.
Yeah, it was the Bruce, no, the Bieber. But anyhow, my point is that things always change and they kind of come back, no? So it recycle to the next thing. So I feel like a lot of the grooming is moving now. I'm growing my own hair right now. I think medium texture hair is like the way to go. I do have a YouTube right now that if you search for medium length texture hair for men, is the #1 YouTube on YouTube right now with about almost 600,000 views.
Really?
And it's because people are searching for this, no? And I think the barbers have to learn how to cut hair like that because they don't. They're not comfortable. No, all of them are comfortable doing it. So they have to adjust themselves so it doesn't happen what happened to them on the 70s when a lot of the barbershops went out of business because it was no men's coming to go those haircuts because of the
Because they were getting the more
more
mid-length.
the shacks looks and those kind of lengths.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big piece. Another piece is teaching people how to retail better because at the end of the day, I need products to fix my hair. I need products to fix any of my clients' hair. And the barbers had to teach people how to fix their hair with products because they want to look the way we did it. And I think for some reason they haven't understand that that's critical for their client retention, building their referrals, and actually grow their business so they can charge more money.
Yeah.
And I think they had to move into charging more money. I think men will pay for a good service. I mean, I used to charge $100 a haircut.
Yeah.
It's like 15 years ago for a men's haircut. I mean, I don't do that much hair, but when people do it, I mean, I get paid $300. So, it's gotta be a.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's my opinion on that.
YouTube channel, how for 1821? Because I know your educators is in Springfield. Ryan, a really dear friend of mine, turned me on to you guys years and years ago. But how is education going for?
Okay, for education, so what I do is I do a couple of times a year, I do a training in Dallas. When anybody who wants to become an educator for 1821, they can come over and get trained. No, I make them do it on their own. Hey, if you want to do this, pay your own way. When you come, it's going to be 2 days with me and Angie, which is my top educator. So it's going to be worth whatever you spend on it. Because when I teach people, it's just not about teaching them the haircuts that we're doing and collection we're doing. It's mostly about how to build your business and grow your business. Because I only want educators and they can go out there and tell people how they can do better to make a better living. So they have to be doing it. So we teach them some techniques that they can take back home to build their business. So they can have this personal testimony when they go out there to tell the people, this is what I was doing. This is what I learned. This is what I'm doing now. And this is how it's paying off. So if you want to learn, I can pass it to you. I'm big on that. If you haven't done it, don't tell me that you have that because it's going to come to the you didn't. So they come, they get trained for 2 days. Then I send them back home. They work on the materials. I think the materials are very, very serious. We do 4 haircuts. We have 2 medium length long haircuts and 2 short haircuts. 2 for the cosmetologists to learn how to do fades. 2 for the barbers to do long medium hair. We make it in a way that is easy for them to learn. I don't want people to feel like I know those guys in the class. Oh, you missed this piece, you loser. I know that kind of guy. I want to make people feel like they can do it, so they can go back and actually really do it, so they can really feel like eventually they actually can do it.
So you're empowering them.
Yeah, it's all about empowering. Those classes of the past when you were that much better than everybody else because you could cross check it 10 times more. When I can cross check anybody's haircut, I guarantee you I find something. Okay, because it's not.
Well,
And by the fact, I always tell people, if you ever achieve a perfect haircut, guarantee you it's a bad one because you just did a perfect haircut on an unperfect head. So guess what? Now it's a bad haircut. So I'm big on that. So when they come, they learn the 4 haircuts. We teach them some skills to go back home. They go, and if they develop the stuff, then they have to film a video teaching a class. And if in that class, I feel like they got it, then we just certify them and then they go. They can start doing education. Mostly we use the distributors to get them booked. I'm here on a lifetime event. That's our personal relation we have with them. So they sometimes do events for us as well. And we don't have a big team. We have 8, 9 people, but they're all solid people. I'm looking for people with that. They are salon owners, or they are, stylists and they've done hair for a long time. And people have passion. They're people who are good at retailing the product because I feel like that's a key for success. And I think, because I've done this so many years, education, I think the education that they get on how to be good educator, the foundation is good. They're going to go there with good materials, but I tell them how to prepare for the class, how to do follow up after the class. So you really make it as a business, you know? You build a relationship like you do with clients. You're learning one relationship, one client at a time. You know, you do a good job. You tell them what else you can do for them next time, and then just build that. So, you know, it takes a long time to actually. I was just talking with Ricardo here from Avera. It's like, hey, you know, people just think they just going to be like showing up, and then you are the person. No, it takes a long time to become a good educator. It's a whole different set of skills.
It's totally cool. Guys, I mean, I've like your brand since the beginning, I think, and such a great brand.
Well, thank you, Ryan.
Super sexy bottles. I mean, those bottles are amazing.
Yeah. You know what? You know, it was a good play on obviously the prohibition era. You know, and we felt like at that time it was that. No, nobody was doing anything cool for men. Like it was good with this prohibition into the men's grooming. We noticed that a lot of people were start doing the pomades on their kitchen. You know, and trying to sell it online. So we felt like it was this like a moonshining kind of going on with that. So we thought if we could bring that back into a channel that it could be sold to the professional versus just the online kind of little channel, we felt like we could bring something for the industry was special. So, you know, I have a lot of passion for women's, you know, haircutting. That's what I've done all my life working for all these other companies. But I felt like on the product side, I will have a better chance going on the men's. I hope that I could translate that eventually into women's. Haven't been the chance yet, but, you know, we have some good ideas for that if it ever happens to be that we can do it. So there we go. Thank you for the comments, though.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I got a question. Do you guys sell your products on Amazon?
Yes, of course. You know, I mean, every you know, the thing happens, you know, because we're professional, no? I mean, I try to protect the business of the professionals. So actually, Amazon a few years ago, I think 2-3 years ago, they launched what is called Amazon Professional. And people ask me that, well, why you guys did that? I was like, you know, the problem is, you know, I have people who were selling my products on Amazon without any rights, and they were selling it at $4 or $5 cheaper than I was selling on the salons.
Right.
And I thought, you know, that's a big problem. Well, Walmart is doing it right now. Now Walmart is trying to fight Amazon on the same. They're doing the same thing. They're letting anybody to sell anybody's products. And the challenge with that is then you basically kill the professional business.
Right.
You know, you have people now going to the salon. I do it too when I go to Best Buy to buy me a TV. I'm going to go to Amazon and figure out if it's cheaper and say, hey, can you match the price? And people are doing that. They're actually looking the barcodes and checking it out. And every single brand is sold online. If you're any good and people want it, it's going to be sold there.
Yeah.
So we partner with them because that way what we did is we protect the price. You go to Amazon trying to buy my product, 1821, you only can get it at $24.
Right. You get it at the set price.
Yeah, set price, which is huge. But that's hard to do. And you know, lucky that we were able to do that with Amazon. And we're trying to figure out how to do the same thing with Walmart because they just have a problem. Now you can go and get stuff in Walmart. I know selling in Walmart. I don't know who is selling it. You can figure it out because they got secret names. And I mean, you can mark the bottles and eventually catch them. And we let a couple of distributors go on the pass because of it. And, you know, it's a challenge. So, yeah, Amazon. And I think people buy different these ways. But I always tell people, if you're on my chair, on my salon, and I just did your hair, and you're thankful for what I did, and I coach you how to do it, I'm going to tell you, please buy the product from me because this is how I'm making a living. It costs the same as Amazon, so why would you buy somewhere else? Free
You're
shipping.
here.
Yeah, it's free shipping right here. Just get it, no? Having a personal relationship with your clients, and my clients not going to buy anything that I know outside.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not. I mean, I tell them straight out, hey, I need your support. I'm here to do your hair, and I want to keep doing it for the next 10 years, but I have to be able to make a living. You know,
so you're just straight up honest with them, just tell them what it is and how.
And I think, you know, if you're selling a brand, I always tell people this: if you're selling a brand that is sold on Amazon, okay, you buy it for, like in my case, you buy a product for $12 and you sell it for $24, no, on the salon. Well, if somebody's trying to sell on Amazon for $20, guess what? I match price. I don't care. I prefer to take the $8 and then walk out of it without of it. And I don't know why the hairdressers haven't figured out that. You can do promotions to the product. It's better to sell the product than not selling the product. It's free money.
Yeah.
And they need, the clients need that. If they don't buy from you, they forget about it. Now they're on Walmart buying whatever they get on the aisle, which is not what you recommend. And now their hair looks jacked up. And guess what? They think it was you. And that's your walking billboard. But well, how is that working? for you because I don't think it worked really well for me to tell people how to fix their own hair, make sure they get my products. That's my happy clients walking around showing, what my work looks like. So that's my take on that. So if you're on the business of selling products on the salon, you must be on that. Pick good brands that you've been supported. Pick brands that they support you in the education and they support you with being there when you need it. That's what you need to look for. Don't worry too much about if it's sold here and there. Everything is going to be sold here and there because it has to. And by the fact, the sad thing is the hairdressers don't sell enough product for any company to survive. This is the fact.
Yeah.
So, and then consumers have to be another place. I mean, if you are in one little pueblo in Idaho and you want 1821, where are you getting it? But in your salon, they should get it from you. You should demand that from your clients. I think you just should demand they buy the product from you and then match pricing and then do some promotions. Why not? Promote the product. And once in a while, hey, do like they do. I don't know, call Salon Happy Monday once a month, and then you can get discount of 30% on the product. I don't care. They might come out just that day just to buy the product from you. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take.
Our price point, I mean, because percent markup, I mean, they have a can play with, and the hair don't realize that they, that they can for 20% off.
Well, I think, the retailers buy at the same markup as the salons, I mean, they get the same opportunity to do the same thing. Obviously, they see that it's a different volume. I mean, you go to Alta, which is a salon, but they have a retail shop, no? So they make all this like front area for them to retail. They get it, no? It's money to be selling to clients. I got clients coming here, they buy the product.
Mm-hmm.
And then once in a while, they do some kind of promotions or whatever they do to keep their clients buying from them. So I think the salons should be doing the same thing. Have good auctions. Don't go have 300 brands because that doesn't maybe always work financially. You get the ones you feel like you want. At least have 2 or 3 auctions, different price points and different likes. And just like, do some promoting, on the brand and make sure that your stylists know the brand. Don't have too many brands that people don't understand either and have products that people can back it up. I just think, I don't think it's that complicated. I think we made it complicated. And I think we lost the business. We lost all the money. I think it's the hairdresser's fault at this point.
Okay. So the question that I have for you and that Ryan and I would love to ask is like, you got to like go away, but you can leave all of your records at home.
Yeah.
Except for 5. You can only take 5 records that you have at home.
5 records
and that's it. And that's all you can have for the rest of your life.
Oh,
what are they?
Oh my goodness, it's going to sound really bad, this, but I got to tell you right now because it's very random. On my playlist, I do have ABBA, so I love ABBA music. So I did just check it all up. My go-to is always Queen. I love Queen, Freddie Mercury. That was the first time I bought a record. It was their record. So ABBA, I have Queen. I do love opera as well too. My wife is an opera singer. So I have some Maria Callas as well too that I love to listen to. I like, on top of that, I like dance music too, but more like Spanish style.
Okay.
So I like Plan B, which is more like reggaeton. And
Plan B.
Yeah, Plan B. Yeah, and so it's very, very eclectic. And I do like AC/DC as well too. So I kind of mix it up, but it's kind of more old school stuff.
Yeah. But that's nice. You have 5 different genres.
Yeah.
So that way you won't get bored.
Yeah, I do have that. But on top of that, I like Duran too. So it's like I like pretty eclectic. I love music. How about that? And I don't think you can explore enough. My daughter, 17 years old, she has actually a disc player, and she has her own records, and she collects records as well too. She likes all the all music, Evangelics and all that stuff. So it's kind of cool to see actually my kids appreciating that as well too.
Exactly. It's so nice.
On her own.
It's so nice seeing this next generation getting into vinyl and getting into records.
She loves Led Zeppelin. I took her to a live show, Led Zeppelin show in Seattle. It was great staying with her and connected to that. It's just awesome. Just love it.
That's great.
So how can
people get hold of you?
Oh, how people can get a hold of me? Okay, well, you definitely can look at my name, Angel Del Solar, online. So if you basically, go Angel Del Solar online, you will be able to get to my Facebook. More likely, you can get to my Instagram. Obviously, 1821, man-made. If you look at that, you can find me and all that stuff. YouTube as well. I do have a YouTube channel. If you go, and I just done this, so it's brand new. It's called Angel Del Solar. So you go Angel Del Solar, you see my picture there. And I just posted 4 videos for all the 4 classes that we do, which is the 2 long haircuts and the 2 short haircuts. But these are like 20-minute videos that I filmed myself, okay? I edit myself, and but they have the heart and soul of the education that I do based in deconstruction using, freeform, precision cutting, and French method. And I think, you get a mannequin, and they're mannequin heads, you get a mannequin head, and for 20 minutes, each haircut you can do from beginning to end. So it's free education. Obviously, I don't do this just to get a bunch of subscribers, because obviously, I promote 1821 within it. So I don't want to, do marketing on that, because it will be all the competitors putting in there. But I think it's great for education. If you want to go check it out, just get one mannequin head and you can do all 4 haircuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Ryan, thank you for joining us.
Good to see you. Are you going to be at Cosmo Pro?
Oh, I'm going to be at Premiere. Are you going to be there?
Premier Philadelphia.
I'm not sure if I'm going to that one. I'm going to go to Cosmo Pro now.
Okay.
So that's my next gig.
Yeah, I'm on the road. I'm on the road all next week.
You was at Cosmo Pro, so.
Yeah, I was at Cosmo Prof last year. Yeah. So goodbye.
It's good to see you, Ryan.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Take care.
Thank you so much again for listening to a super important podcast about hair, featuring Stephen Adams and co-host Ryan Teal. Hopefully we'll see you again. If you want to follow us at A Super Important Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and our website.